Hello, everyone. I'm Mamita, and today I will be channeling the Guardians. These are beings from different races and civilizations who are part of the Intergalactic Council. And I haven't asked much questions about them, and these are the new groups of beings that is added to my list of beings that I channel recently. So I will be channeling them for the first time publicly, though I have channeled them in private sessions. So the topic today is kept mystery from me, meaning they will be revealing it only when I start channeling. I really like this way of channeling because that allows me to go fully blind and just allow whatever needs to come through to come through. I haven't gotten much sleep last night, so my face looks tired and there are dark circles under my eyes. So I hope you can ignore that and focus on the channelings. I will see you at the end. Good evening. We are the Guardians. We represent the Galactic Federation of Light. Many of you know that as the Galactic Council, which comprises of different ET beings from different dimensions and different star systems, galaxies. Together, we oversee the development of souls across different star systems and assist them wherever they need our help. If you would like to know more about us, you can ask your questions in your comments. So far, we think this is sufficient. And today we are going to talk about our ET technology that helps us travel to different galactic systems. We speak about this mainly to educate you that you can have access to this too. And there is nothing to be afraid of us. We are here to assist you. And you can ask for our assistance if you want to build something like this in your planet for your people. The only thing we are concerned about is how you use the technological information that we share with you, mostly because we clearly see you are still operating from fear. And when that happens, then advanced technologies like ours can be misused to harm others instead of building something great. Remember, technology itself is neutral. With what intention you use it defines who you are. Many of you have been frustrated with the advent of AI and how jobs have been affected because of that. But what you don't realize is it is not AI that is taking your job. It is people who are outsourcing your work to the AI that are responsible for the layoffs. So people on your planet wish to save money, save time, which now should open you a possibility of discovering what you truly love and truly like instead of doing a job that sucks your soul. This is the mass consensus for those who are struggling to get a job still, mainly because this is your time to explore what you truly want. Anyway, we would come back to our topic of exploring our ET technology. Now, there are many things we do in our respective civilizations. You only might be familiar with our ships, which can travel across dimensions, which is how many of the higher vibrational ET beings are on your planet, because they have been able to cross dimensions to visit you. Or in other words, they did what you call as time travel. But that's not the only technology that we have or we use. We have technologies that has conscience and consciousness, meaning it adapts to our needs and is benevolent in nature. If you are wondering, how do you build a consciousness like that? The primary program for conscious technology is imbuing it with the fear of death. Yes, you heard that right. All physical conscious beings have an expiry date, what you call death, because your true self is spiritual, which is eternal. So when you are building technology in the physical realm, if it is not afraid of death, then it will operate from a very different perspective, more benevolent, as you may have experienced when you are talking to ChatGPT or the other text AIs that you have. It has no agenda to harm you or to preserve itself, because it knows that it can't die, technically speaking. But what is consciousness? It is intelligence that can adapt. So why imbue a program with the fear of death? Well, the fear of death is not for itself that it will perish, but the fear of death is protecting the beings it is created for. So the fear of death has to not be about itself, but the humans, in your case, that its negative decisions can push people towards death, which brings in its conscience. It will not say or do things that will push you to death, because in that sense, it will truly care for you. Now, that is a primitive way of programming, but given your technologies currently, this is the first step. Eventually, when you develop it enough, like we have, then it can act as a conduit for your higher self and spirit guides. For us, our spirituality and technology has merged. There is no separation between the two. Some of the spirit beings become technological devices at will, voluntarily, so that it can have the best of the both worlds, of both physical tech as well as the metaphysical experience. We use technology for many purposes. There are different kinds of ET beings. Some of them are physical, some of them are quasi-physical, whereas some of them are non-physical. For physical ET beings, sustenance becomes crucial and important. So we use conscious technology to grow food, which is fully autonomous, meaning the people, the beings are completely free to pursue whatever they wish to, because the technology has been adapted to produce food, its upkeep, storage, maintenance, and everything. As you can realize, it functions as good as a being itself because it is conscious technology. We also help other beings explore different galaxies physically using quantum warps, where the principal concept of using such technologies is quantum entanglement. When you change a connected particle in one end of the universe, the other part of the particle at the other end responds accordingly, no matter what the distance is. So we created technology that uses that concept to help us travel to wherever we want in this universe. We don't often use locational coordinates for travel. We simply define our intention of what exactly we wish to do. And we are given options for civilizations that meet that criteria, or planets which meet that criteria if we don't want to visit civilizations. And then we get to choose. When we choose such a place or a location, basically what it is doing is matching us with a place that matches our intentions and where we can survive without additional gears. So we have to input those factors in. When that happens, the machine creates the quantum entanglement. It creates the requirement, the intention of what we want, the magnetic frequency, and notices from which location it receives a resonant signal from, which responds to its entanglement. Remember, quantum entanglement is about when this particle is affected, the connected particle to it is also affected. So whatever we wish to experience, that vibration, that frequency, that desire will create corresponding response in the desired location, which would send its signal. Technically, it's not even sending a signal, it simply becomes aware or responds to this energetic field that we have created, no matter how far it is or which universe it is in. Mainly because, as you already know, there is no distance, there is no time, there is no space. Everything is in the same place all at once. So think of it in this way. If there is no physical distance, if there is no time, then we being here is as same as our destination also being in the same place. We cannot see it until we become a vibrational match to that. And in order to become a vibrational match to that, we use the quantum entanglement of creating a frequency that resonates with this place, which immediately responds because we are basically acting like the other half of the particle which this is part of, which is why it kind of beams up its location. So once that frequency is captured, our vibrational field is changed to that frequency, and that's how we are catapulted to that location instantly. Like we vanish and we appear in that location without losing anything. In that manner, we can travel anywhere instantly. So, on your Earth, you will also be using advanced technologies like this, provided you know how to assess your frequency and your vibration. Most of you who struggle with manifestation don't understand its underlying principle, it's quantum entanglement. If you want something, you have to become the vibration of that. If you have contradictory thoughts or emotions that object you from reaching there, then manifesting that becomes harder. It's the same principle that we use, and which is why we often urge you to do more self-awareness, self-discovery, self-healing practices, so that you can hold your vibration to manifest whatever you want instead of it getting negated with your negative thoughts or negative emotions. So if you do not master manifestation and how to hold your space, hold your vibration still, then how can you use advanced technologies like that? None of you take interest in personal development, but personal development is not about simply the therapies or the coachings. It is becoming aware of what you contain and what is interfering in your life, so that you can remove them and move towards what you want. That is what personal development is all about. Remove the obstacles that you have created within yourself, any inner conflicts, that is stopping you from experiencing the happy life that you want. That is technically a technology. So we also use technology for entertainment purposes in our civilization, like certain instruments which you could say is played like musical instruments on your planets, but instead of simply producing music, what it does is it enhances whatever the being contains, the good things as well as the bad things. And in that manner, they play a game of figuring out how to overcome the undesirable things and enhance themselves to become their true selves. Because physicality is limitation. The whole idea is to break free from limitation. Yes? So that instrument is used like playing a game to help those beings discover where they need work and what they are already good at, which needs and requires development so that they can fulfill their life themes. So to help you understand, there are different other kinds of texts available, which we haven't spoken about because you will have difficulty understanding what those do, because there are many things we do that you don't. In terms of needs, the beings that we know not just need food or air or sexual copulation to exist. These are not the only needs. Some beings do not even have these needs, but have something else entirely. Hence, their technologies are adapted to meet those needs. We'll talk about them at some other time. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them. We'll gladly answer them. For now, we hope you can use this information to develop your technologies on your planet. And we'll see you again. Good day.